I was 50 years old and sitting in a wheelchair. But the biggest blow I ever took didn't come from the accident, and it didn't come from my body. It came from betrayal, from the people closest to me. Let me say this right at the beginning. No betrayal goes unpunished, even if it stays hidden for a while. After that terrible accident, everyone thought I was finished. A woman who had been the CEO of a major holding company, a woman who made billion-dollar decisions, now needed help just to move. What they didn't understand was this. I still had my mind. I still had my experience. And my company still ran on my signature. That was enough to ignite jealousy. My daughter-in-law, Jessica, changed almost immediately. Her looks grew colder. Her words became carefully chosen. Her behavior, too calculated. At first I told myself it was stress. Maybe she felt I was too involved in my son's life. But soon the signs became impossible to ignore. The financial reports didn't make sense. Payments I never approved had gone through. A new intermediary company appeared in our system without my knowledge. Taxes that should have been zero suddenly showed massive debt. Every time I asked questions, my son avoided eye contact. And Jessica answered. Always Jessica. That's when I realized it wasn't just about money anymore. My safety was at risk. My wheelchair malfunctioned more than once. Once it didn't stop near the stairs. Another time the brakes were loose. One night when I was alone, the power went out and my phone disappeared. An accident? Oh. I was never a woman who believed in coincidences. Then came the party. The party that changed everything. I didn't want to go, but I did. I wore a dress I hadn't worn in years. I needed to remember that I was still a woman. Not just a mother, not just a CEO in a wheelchair. That's when Michael walked in. He was my age. Well-dressed. Calm. A man whose face carried life experience. When he approached me, he didn't bend down out of pity. He sat beside me out of respect. He didn't ask about my company. He didn't ask about the accident. He simply said, "Do you actually want to be here?" In that moment I knew he was different. We started meeting more often. Our conversations grew longer. There were nights when his voice stayed with me long after he left. A feeling I thought had died years ago slowly came back to life. And that new love drove Jessica insane. The sabotage escalated. Money disappeared. Contracts were signed under fake companies. They even tried to declare me legally incapable, to strip me of my signing authority. Their biggest mistake was assuming that sitting in a wheelchair meant I was blind. One night I reviewed the security footage myself. And there was Jessica, my son, inside the document room, moving files, altering records, forging digital signatures. It was financial betrayal. And it was family betrayal. The next morning I called an emergency meeting. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply laid the truth on the table. And in front of everyone I said, "From this moment on, you are no longer part of my company." My son lowered his head. Jessica screamed. But the decision was final. If you're still with me at this point, thank you for watching this story. If you enjoy deep, intense, real-life stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to Hidden Life Story. And after this video, watch my other videos too. After all of this, something inside me changed. I understood that if I didn't fight for my life, others would take it from me. I started training. First with pain, then with tears, then with anger, and finally, with love. Michael was there every day, not to push me, but to help me believe. Little by little I stood up. A few seconds, a few steps, and then, life again. Today I'm not perfect, but I am free. The companies are growing again. I found real love. And I learned that betrayal always reveals itself. It just takes time. If one sentence from this story stays with you, let it be this. No one has the right to steal your life in the name of family. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done if you were in my place?